What's up, everybody? Check it out. If you haven't been under a loaf of bread for the last week, the F40 Ferrari that we built here at Gas Monkey is back on auction. Seems as though a guy got a hold of it and got in a little bit of trouble, so the U.S. Marshals took it, and he forfeited it, and now it is up for auction here in California. So I grabbed Dennis and Russell to come take a look at it because it's a piece of Gas Monkey history. It's the most expensive car we've ever built to date. And if we could get it back, that'd be pretty cool to have in the Gas Monkey stable, especially since when we built it, we weren't too stable. But it's pretty rad. I was expecting to see a beat up car with no tires on the back, and it's actually in phenomenal shape. There was 3 owners since we sold it, and we sold $635,000, I think is what we brought. Then somebody sold it for like $550, and then the guy that bought it here and had to forfeit it paid $800. So the car's going up in value, and we're not sure what it's going to bring, but it's a definite sale, and it will be selling on Monday.
It looks like it's still in incredible shape. The odometer's only had about 2,000 miles put on it since we built it and sold it. The paint has held up great, and if you're not familiar with this build, we did some really trick stuff to this car. Penske did a Formula One suspension for this car. It's all adjustable. Tubi gave us a factory Formula One exhaust, which would have been the same that had been on the LM. Patrick Moran and HRE cut us a one-off set of wheels. We changed the flywheel in this car from steel to aluminum. We changed the clutch pack it had a very heavy clutch pack, and then we changed Caribou Racing, built this one out of Kevlar and carbon fiber.
Different exhaust.
We put bigger turbos in it, turbos off of 964. The car is amazing. It is light, as Richard usually says, it's better, lighter, and faster than any other F40 out there. We had Celette do the framework at Stewart's Paint and Body, the best guy in the world if you got a crashed Ferrari or Porsche. And then we were fortunate enough to have Michael Luongo, who I think is the best Ferrari tech in the world, help us with the entire build. And the car turned out fantastic. What I'm excited about is still looks great.
No, it's pretty badass, dude. I mean, I'd love to have it back, but it's already bid up to $500,000.
Check this out, Russell.
Now, for me and all you guys at home watching, I'm a fan. Like, I watched them build this on TV like you guys all did, and pictures and the episode don't do it justice. These guys killed it with this car. Everything that they're talking about that they did to this is unbelievable. This is probably one of the coolest, best cars I've ever seen, and that's coming from a fan's perspective.
So, you're not supposed to start the cars here?
No. We'll start it.
What if we get in trouble?
I don't care. It's just a dude with a gun.
What are they going to seize?
I don't know. You going to save me, Russell? They come after me?
Can you fit in there, old man?
I'm in it.
Me likey what they seize.
Dude, it still looks great in here. Dash is still tight and clean. Seats are nice.
What are you doing? Trying to run up the price? Just tell them it's junky and that nobody needs to bid on it.
Right.
Tell you what, this F40 revs faster and harder than any F40 out there. It is insane.
Way to be low-key, Dennis. I think they might have hurt us.
You think?
But you're also trying to up the price, telling everybody how rad it is. If we're going to try to buy it, we want the price down.
It's an all-right car. I mean, I have a station wagon first.
I can't believe they put a Hyundai motor in this.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so happy to see this car. It's nuts. I can't believe we sold it.
I think you should buy it.
I think you should buy it, too.
I'll tell you,
It's just me and not we.
I try not to buy a car a second time.
Well, you do it all the time. What are you talking about, Willis?
I would be buying it to make money, not buying it to keep.
How many times have you owned the crappies?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's finally gone.
You could put this in the museum of the history of Gas Monkey and Richard and Dennis.
I'm not to museum status yet. I'm trying to get there. It'll be called the Richard and Dennis Museum of Awesomeness.
I still love the car.
That's a long title.
So there's a lot of cars here too. There's an L88 Corvette over there that is in the seizure auction.
Really is
there's a 66 427 4-speed Vet here. A couple of low riders. I mean, there's some really interesting cars here. And quite frankly, I haven't followed the U.S. Marshals auctions that often, and I probably need to be paying attention because this thing's sitting here.
That's amazing. It's here. It really is.
Well, and you know, sometimes the cars sit around for a long time because they got to get through the courts and everything else like that. This guy literally forfeited the car, and so it's up for auction, you know, just after a few months.
When we did this car, Russell, we literally, both of us, we put our heart and soul and checkbooks in this thing. It was all we had to get this car.
Oh, we didn't have it right.
Yeah. It really was. And the fact that we had some really good guys, like I said, Stuart Singer and Michael Wong to help us with this. This is a tough build. But it's done right.
Right, and so what everybody else who watches and follows this may not realize that you guys legitimately put everything you had into that. Like, if this didn't go for what it went for, you guys have been hurt.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have been hurting a lot more than that.
But we also had to stand behind this car. You know,
We are standing behind this car.
there you go. But no, the car had to be right. Like this car, we had 4 other F40s and we were working on this.
Yeah.
We had it on a select bench. We measured this frame against 4 factory cars. This car is straighter.
Yeah.
And then when you set this car up on a weighted machine, which you're weighing all 4 corners of the car.
Yeah.
This car weighs better than any of the 4 factory cars. It turned out fantastic. We didn't cut a single corner of this car.
What did the owners of the other 4 F40s say when they saw what you
They were okay with it. They were okay.
Well, they actually loved it because we also took this out to Motorsports Ranch, and since they helped us and let us use their cars, a couple of them got to drive it, and we were just like, wow.
Sign us up next for the next conversion.
Way different. Way different.
So
there you go.
So, guys, we have a lot of people asking, what about the headlights? Why did you all do that the way you did it?
Well, the reason for the headlights is the actual F40 has pop-up lights, and quite frankly, they're kind of ugly when they're up. So Dennis came up with the idea to put the LEDs in there, and those are actually handmade, and they're slick to the body. I thought it personally looked better, and Dennis made it happen. So, boom, there you go.
And then the vents behind the headlights, we did that to cool the brakes. So you've got a tremendous amount of air cooling the front brakes that was not there. And one of the things he always hates is pop-up headlights, especially in a Corvette. Right. And so let's just look at what Ferrari did. One of my favorite cars other than F40 is a 512. The very last 512 they built was the M. Well, guess what they did? They eliminated the pop-up headlights.
Yep.
So, love or hate these headlights, I still like them. We both still stand behind them, and there was a reason for it.
But everything you guys did to improve it, why would you not improve something like that? A common failure with the headlights, like you said. So if you guys were going to improve everything, why not take it all the way to the headlights?
Yeah, there ain't nothing cool about driving your F40 and only one of your headlights is halfway up.
Yeah, and you don't see the F40 LMs running around the track with pop-up headlights in them. And quite frankly, the design on the headlights that were in this car was just insanely stupid.
Yeah.
Overly and underly and improperly engineered, and added a lot of weight to the car, a lot of pieces. This is a race car that's on the street.
Right.
You know, and it just didn't need to be there.
But
you laughing
could
at?
that be why they did that?
I'm like, I feel like I'm in automobile history class.
But is that why they may have done that with the headlights? Because it was set up to be a race car? It was an afterthought to be able to drive it?
Well, it's one of the things to get it DOT approved in the U.S., yeah.
That's right. DOT, don't mess with them. Or the U.S. Marshals Service, obviously.
What other questions do they have?
How hard was the decision to go from red to black? And is there any original paint left at all?
There's
Some
one
hint?
piece of original paint, the F40 on this side. And as far as how hard it was to go from red to black, I thought it was badass because nobody had the balls to do it. There was not a F40 that had been painted ever other than red.
Here's what I wanted to do first, and this was, I think we were 3 beers into the conversation. We knew that we weren't going to go red. I wanted to do Chrome Illusion blue. And he came unglued on that because he hates blue.
I love blue.
So, but I also love black. I mean, black's my favorite color. So that's how we ended up with black. But this car was either going to be black or Chrome Illusion blue.
And this is the original red.
That is original red. We did not paint that. We just cleared over it.
Yeah, that way somebody can say, well, what about the original paint? It's right there.
It's got original paint.
It's got original paint. It was bought new by the original owner.
And also, since we built this car, like, we kind of watched the market. There have been 5 other people color change their F40s to black.
Yeah.
And I think they look way better.
Trendsetters you guys are.
Absolutely. And if you're one of those guys that has to have a red F40, well, there's 1,200 more of them out there. So go buy one of those and don't buy this one.
Yeah, no kidding. So you said 3 beers in, and we flew here and we have an Uber. So let's go get some cold beer.
I'm in.
I'll drive. We don't need to get Uber. I'll drive. Just rent it. I'll take this. You know what?